Hello, everyone. Welcome back again to another presentation from Divas World Academy. We're excited to have you here today for a very special student brand presentation where our beginner slash intermediary students get the opportunity to step beyond the classroom and showcase their skill in a real world setting. Today's presentation is focused on tax pay under the theme the future of tax is here. That's tax compliance. So at Divas World Academy, we believe that learning should go beyond theory and our students should be able to take what they have learned, apply it to real brand, think strategically, communicate their ideas confidently, and present themselves professionally. And that is exactly what we are here to witness today. We have three beginner students presenting individually: Farida, Fayokemi, and Tumininu. Each student has prepared their own presentation, bringing their individual perspective, creativity, research, and strategic thinking to Paystack brand. So, whatever you're joining us, whether you're a supporter, you're a potential industry partner, or you're simply someone interested in seeing what our students can do, we are happy to have you here. Before we begin, please like this live stream, share it with someone who would love to watch, and stay with us through the presentation. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Tuminino, are you ready for us? Tumi, are you here? Are you ready for us?
Yes, good morning.
Okay, that's brilliant. So, Tuminino, you would go first. Please introduce yourself and what you've prepared today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sumi. Imagine running a business where tax calculation, filing, and compliance happen with just a few clicks instead of hours of paperwork. That isn't just an idea anymore, it's the future of tax compliance. Today, I'll be presenting the future of tax compliance through a brand audit of TaxPay, a Nigerian tax pay platform that's transforming how business manage their tax obligations. As a social media marketer, I'll be analyzing the brand, its digital presence, and how it can position itself as a leader in the future of tax compliance. To understand why TaxPay represents the future of tax compliance, let's first look at what or who the brand is. First slide, please. Okay. Since this slide is still loading, who or what is TaxPay? From our analysis, TaxPay is a Nigerian tax tech platform focused on simplifying tax management for businesses. What stood out to me is that the brand is solving a real challenge because tax compliance can often be stressful and confusing. This is exactly why I believe TaxPay represents the future of tax compliance. It is replacing traditional processes with digital solution. Next slide. Looking at the overall brand, TaxPay operates in the fintech and tax tech industry. It positions itself as a modern, technology driven solution that helps businesses manage taxes more efficiently. From a social media perspective, I think the brand already communicates professionalism, but there is an opportunity to make its message more relatable and educational so businesses can understand what the value offers. What do they do exactly? TaxPlay simplifies tax calculation, filing, and compliance through technology. As a social media manager, I wouldn't only tell people what the platform does, right? I would create content that shows how these features solves everyday business challenges and save business owners valuable time. For the brand identity, Taxpayer already has a clean and professional brand identity. The blue color communicates trust, security, and reliability, which are important qualities for a financial technology brand. If I were managing the brand, I would maintain this professional image while making the content more engaging business owners. entrepreneurs. This audience are looking for simple, reliable, and efficient way to manage their taxes. My content would focus on answering their common questions and showing how TaxPay makes tax compliance easier. For the core values. The values I see reflected in tax play are simplicity, trust, innovation, transparency, and compliance. As a social media manager, I believe these values should be consistently communicated through educational content, customers' interaction, and every piece of content shared online. What sets taxpayer apart? What makes TaxPay different is that it transforms educational tax filing into a faster digital experience. Instead of paperwork, calculations, and lengthy processes, businesses can use automation to manage their taxes more efficiently. This difference is something I would highlight through comparison posts, product demonstrations, and relatable videos. Hold on, sorry. For the digital presence, TaxPay already have a professional digital presence through its website. However, I see an opportunity to strengthen its online visibility by creating more educational blog content, improving SEOs, and connecting its website more effectively with its social media platform for their social media audits. From my observation, right, TaxPay maintains a professional online presence, but I believe there is room to increase engagement. I would introduce more short form videos, tax tips, question and answer sessions, customer stories, and interactive content that encourages conversations while educating the audience. For the content audit, currently, the brand shares informative content about its services and tax solution. However, I would create a more balanced content strategy by combining education, product demonstration, customer testimonial, and relatable business scenarios. This would make the content more engaging while reinforcing taxpayers' authority in the tax space. For their SWOT analysis, one of the one of TaxPay's biggest strengths is that it solves a genuine business problem using technology. The biggest opportunity, in my opinion, is to become the leading source of tax education for Nigerian businesses through consistent and valuable content. While while tax may seem like a difficult topic, right? The right content strategy can make it engaging and easy to understand. For their opportunity to grow, I believe TaxPay has a great opportunity to grow by becoming more than just a tax platform. They can do this by creating educational videos, customer success stories, webinars, and interactive content. The brand can the brand can build trust, increase awareness, and establish itself as a go-to platform for tax compliance. My social media strategy, if I was managing tax based social media, my strategy would focus on four key objectives: creating awareness, educating the audience, increasing engagement, and driving conversions. I would use a mix of short form videos, educational carousels, and customer success stories to build trust and attract potential users. For my content pillar, to support my strategy, right, I would organize the content into four main pillars. One is the educational content to simplify tax concepts. Two is the product education to demonstrate how tax pay works. Three is community and trust through testimonials and customer stories. And four is thought leaderships by sharing tax updates and business insights. These pillars would help maintain consistency while positioning taxpay as a trusted voice in tax tech industry. In conclusion, I believe the future of taxpay compliance lies in digital innovation, automation, and education. TaxPay already has a strong foundation to this transformation. By strengthening its digital presence and creating more educational, engaging content, the brand can position itself not just as a tax platform, but as the trusted voice for modern tax compliance in Nigeria. Thank you guys for listening.
you so much, Tuminino. So that was Tumi's presentation, and I would say I'm really impressed. If you have any question for Tuminino, please you can drop that in the comment section. We'll be taking your questions. So for me, I have a question for Tuminino. Tuminino, you said, please can we go back to I think promotional content. Okay, yes, please. All right. So you said your content strategy. How would you educate people on tax pay? What would be that's you said 40% of your content strategy would be educational content, right? So how would you educate them? What kind of content would you create for them to bring about 30% brand awareness and then um customer story? Because if you educate them, they end up using tax pay, right? Which has brought brand awareness. We can get our 20% customer story. Do you understand me? So that's how it works. So how do you want to educate people on tax pay? What would be that content idea? I mean, did you get my question or I should come again?
Yes, I did. So if you mean educating taxpayers and creating awareness about tax, my strategy would focus more on making tax simple, relatable, and useful rather than telling people to pay tax instead of enforcing them to pay tax. I would use a strategy of education, right? I mentioned education. I'll break down complicated tax information into simple content. We can start with what is tax, who is required to pay tax, how do you file and pay for tax? Or we can use relatable examples. Instead of saying tax compliance is mandatory, we can say if you run a small business, earn income, or provide professional services, do you know what your tax obligation are? We can also use the tax myth versus fact. Myth, which means only big company pay tax. The fact is, different tax obligation can apply to individual businesses and organizations depending on their circumstances. You can also make it interactive by doing the question and answer sections.
Wanted to hear the interactive section because the only way you can get how to satisfy your customers is by asking them where they are facing problems. Do you understand? You cannot satisfy somebody without knowing their pain point, without knowing where the shoe is paining them in their leg. What if you're making shoe for people wearing, I'm just using this as an example. You're making shoes for people that are size set five, and the majority of your customers are their feet size is like 42. Do you understand? So you are creating the right shoe for the wrong audience. So I just wanted to get that. That's brilliant. So with that being said, Fire Kemi, are you ready for us?
Yes, I'm ready.
Ooh. Okay, so we are going to move on to our second presenter, Fire Kemi, who is ready to share her own perspective surrounding tax pay. So Fire Kemi, over to you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Fire Kemi, and I'll be presenting a social media marketing analysis for TaxPay. So, this presentation covers who TaxPay is, what they do, their purpose, who they help, their social media presence, and what their social media strategy should look like going forward. So, let's get into it. First slide, please. So, who is TaxPay? So, TaxPay is a technology driven tax compliance platform designed to help businesses simplify, automate, and manage their tax obligations through intelligent digital solutions. So, imagine you're a business owner, instead of spending hours trying to calculate your VAT, your company income tax, wondering if you have made an expensive mistake, you just simply log into one platform that does the all the work, like that lifts every task off you. like a particular platform that it makes everything looks faster, easier, and more accurate, and secure Nigeria businesses. Taxpay also protect sensitive business and digital financial data, giving business owners peace of mind while they focus on growing their business. So TaxPay is a technology-driven tax compliance platform that just help businesses to manage anything that deals with tax obligations through intelligent digital solution. Through just one click, you are done with everything that has to do with your VAT, your company in tax, remittance, and everything that has to do with your tax. So now to our next slide, our digital tax compliance solution. Slide 2, please. Since the slide is not ready, let me try and just explain the digital tax compliance solution, which is what they do. So TaxPay automates tax calculation, helping businesses avoid costly errors. They help to keep all tax record, making it easy to monitor your compliance and receive reminder before deadlines. TaxPay creates a less stress and more time to focus on growing your business. So what they do is
Hi,
they
Fayokemi.
just they help all business.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but we have a question for Tumininu. I wanted it to wait, but then I just wanted to respond now. So, Tumininu, you have a question, and the question, let me please, that'll be displayed on the screen. So, how do you niche this content to strategically locate tax-pay target audience, which are SMEs and enterprise? That's small businesses and big businesses.
Okay. So I would niche the tax awareness campaign by focusing on the specific needs and challenges of SMEs and enterprises rather than using general tax messaging. For SMEs, target business owners, entrepreneurs, startup, retailers, and freelancers with simple content on tax registration, filing, payments, and common mistakes. For enterprises, I'll target CEOs, CFOs, accountants, finance managers, and tax officers with content focused on compliance, regulation, reporting, and tax planning. I can also use this social media platform, which is LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, even WhatsApp, as well as SME associates, business communities, chambers of commerce, and professional networks. And my content approach would be using relatable videos, the tax tips, the myth busting, frequently asked questions, webinar, and real business examples. So overall, I would identify their pain points, create relevant educational content, reach them on the platform and communities they already use, and drive them towards tax compliance.
That's impressive. I hope she answered your question, Mr. Mayowa. So if you're not satisfied with the question, you can go back and ask another question in the comment section for Tuminino and she would take it. And if you're watching this live stream right now and you also have questions for Tuminino or you already have questions for Fayokemi, please you can start dropping your questions in the comment section. Thank you. God bless you. So Fayokemi, you may continue. Fire, are you here with us?
Okay. our digital tax compliance solution. That is what we do. So TaxPay automates tax calculation. They help businesses avoid costly errors. They help keep all tax records. And you want to pay your tax, even business owner, you've forgotten that, okay, maybe today, what's today's date, please? Today is 14th. Maybe probably you forgot that 14th is, so you're supposed to pay your tax on 14th. One of what they do is they will send a reminder so that you can just know that, okay. So that creates a stress to focus on growing the business. Now to our purpose. Next slide, please. So our purpose, taxpayer goal is to make tax compliance simple, faster. That's our mission. Businesses stay okay. Our business is to help businesses stay compliant by automating tax calculation through just one simple smart digital platform. So to empower businesses with an intelligent digital platform that automates tax processes, minimize compliance error, and makes staying tax compliant easy, accessible, and simple free for businesses of every size. So our mission is to become Nigerians' most trusted digital tax compliance platform, transforming the way businesses manage taxes through innovation, automation, and technology that makes compliance effortless. So we want our vision is to build a future where every Nigerian businesses can manage their taxes confidently with technology that is simple, that is very fast and reliable and accessible for all business owners. So now to who we help. So TaxPay is built for businesses and professionals who want a faster, simpler, and more reliable way to calculate, file, and remit their taxes. Oh, sorry. Who will help? TaxPay is built for businesses and professionals who want a faster, simpler, and more reliable way to manage tax compliance. Our platform supports every stage of the tax journey, making compliance effortless for organizations. So the thing is, we don't just help business owners. We don't just help only business owners. So the thing is, we it's not just built around just for our target audience. It's not just for only business owners. Taxpayer isn't built for a particular industry. It's not built for only business owners. It's not built for only growing businesses. It's built for every business that wants to grow without tax compliance slowing it down. Imagine you having a business that you have to worry about sales, you have to worry about, you want to pay your tax, you want to worry about your company income and all. So it's built for every businesses that want slowing it down. So behind every tax payment is a business owner trying to keep their business running. So tax pay reduce all the stress and make it seamless. Now to our social media presence. So yeah, we're talking about how tax pay will reach a lot of audience. We are we are going to do it through brand awareness and authority, trust and credibility, post, educational and customer engagement, content, consistency, and community. So under that brand awareness and authority, we are going to make people know that pay tax. We are going to sorry. We are going to make everybody know that tax pay. Oh, okay. So under that brand awareness and authority, we are going to make everybody know tax pay very well, whereby making people to know that to know them more and people to get to know them. So under that brand awareness and authority, that's where we create content that is going to make people know that okay, this is pay tax, this is what we do, this is why you need tax pay, this is why you should use them and all. So under trust and credibility, this strategy attracts more people because it replaces doubt with confidence. So under trust and credibility content, it shows them the true experience, making potential customer more likely to trust the brand and eventually become users platform. So under that trust and credibility, even under brand awareness and authority, I listed some platform that is very good for our strategy. So platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Under trust and credibility too, LinkedIn and TikTok, because this platform they work together to create and increase visibility, they establish trust, they educate potential customers, and they convert business owners to tax users. So now to consistency and community strategy. So people are more likely to trust and remember brand that they see often. Like we all know that Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn is the professional platform here. So all people are on the app. So imagine you putting tax pay on the app every day, like being very very consistent about it. People are more likely to like trust and remember brands that they see every day and consistently. So consistently keep tax pay visible, while the community aspects they keep people connected to tax pay. Next slide please. So now to our social media strategy. So on taxpayer page, we'll be posting educational content, storytelling, relatable and promotional content. So let me start from storytelling. People tend to like relate to, people love story very well. Like stories that is going to hook, that I'm going to create a very good hook that is going to make people stay in the first 2 to 3 seconds. Even after seeing just one post, they are going to stay and watch it to the end, because people connect to storytelling, make people to connect to the human side of the business. So we are going to build credibility through real experience, storytelling like customer success story, the founder or the company journey, behind the scenes of building tax pay. So under educational content, we are going to, the goal is to help businesses understand taxes without the jargon. So under the educational content, we are going to create content like tax tips and compliance guide, content like filing deadlines and reminder, content like VAT and company income tax. We will explain what it means and how it's going to help business owners under the educational content. So now to the relatable and promotional content. The goal is to show the tax pay the okay the goal is to show that tax pay understand the everyday challenges of business owners. So under that relatable and promotional content, we are going to make contents like the stress of manual tax collection, common tax frustration for SMEs, for small business owners. So as a business owner, imagine someone that understands the challenges you are going through even in your business. Like it will make people to like want to hear more and know more and just want to patronize and be taxpayer clients. Next slide. So the three pillar content framework. So pillar one, every every content that we are going to make is going to do one of these three things, if not all: awareness, engagement, and conversion. So under pillar one, which is awareness, the goal is just for brand awareness and education. So under that, pillars like tax tips and education, business compliance guides, tax myths and facts, where we talk about misconception that people had about tax before. So we try to educate them that okay, this is the facts, and those things that you have on your head before, they are all myth, they are not real. So under the engagement strategy. The goal under the engagement is just to be to trust to build trust and community building, whereby we start from we post stuff like question and answer, polls and quizzes, customer success stories, business owner spotlight. So asking questions and answer on the page will make people to connect more to the business, whereby they just want to like bring their own opinion, answer some questions that is being posted on the platform. So now to the conversion content framework. So the goal for the conversion is for sign-ups and customer acquisition. So that's where we create content like product demonstrations, platform walkthroughs, customer testimonial, and clear call to action posts. So let me explain this clear call to action post. Most people don't even know what to do after seeing a post. But in a situation whereby we tell them that we tell them, we will do a CTA, a call to action, whereby you tell them that after this post, click on this link, comment this, do that. It's to make people to understand that okay, taxpay, they know more about their business, and they want people they want people to do this, and they will just feel like okay, let me just they will really connect with the business with that CTA. Now to the next slide, which is the SWOT analysis. So all the strengths that I listed there is what the strength listed there are what taxpayer have at the moment. So I feel like their weaknesses, they should build more trust through social proofs with more testimonials and case studies. Because when I checked the page, there's nothing like social proofs. There's the content on their page is really good anyways, but I feel like if they should increase their social proofs, they should strengthen their educational content, they should post more about these things. It will make people to know more about the about tax pay, and it will make people to okay be like okay, let me see how this thing works, let me just do it. So under the weakness I listed build trust through social proof with more testimonials and case studies. We should strengthen educational content to simplify tax compliance for business owners. So next slide please, which is the virtual identity. So under this virtual identity, this is where I want to really explain the color and what it stands for. So if we look at their logo very well, we understand that there's black, there's white, and there's blue. That's their brand color. So under the blue, trust, it stands for trust, reliability, and financial security. So that blue, it's reinforced taxpayer position as a dependent tax compliance platform that business can rely on. So under the white, it stands for authority, strength, and certification. So it represents taxpayer promise to make tax compliance easy to understand and stress free. So for the white, white stands for simplicity, clarity, and transparency. So it reflects taxpayer credibility and leadership in the tax and fintech industry. I believe we all know that tax pay is under the tax and fintech industry. So the white stands for simplicity, clarity, and transparency. So it reflects tax pay, credibility, and leadership in that industry. So now to the next slide, which is recommended post type. The first thing I list okay, the first thing there is reels or short videos. So reels or short form videos, it shows how taxpayer makes compliance easy. Like videos like we can just capture a video that will make people to know that okay, tax pay makes compliance easy. The example there is tax mistake that cost business the tax mistakes that cost Nigerian businesses money. So if you just okay, imagine you are just scrolling on TikTok or you are scrolling on Instagram or even on LinkedIn, and you came across a post that the caption or the hook on the page is tax mistakes that cost Nigerian businesses money. The first thing that comes to your mind is, really, let me check and see. So this kind of short videos and reels is just going to make people know that, to make people stop and know that tax pay makes compliance easy. Two, the carousel post. The carousel post is going to educate, encourage. Okay, the carousel post is going to educate, encourage, saves and shares. So example under here is 5 business taxes every Nigerian businesses owner should know. So now to polls and engagement posts. Content like polls and engagement posts is going to increase engagement, where because people will just want to like do more to engage in. Okay, for instance, maybe you are scrolling on Instagram or any social media platform, then you came across a post that A, B, C, that you have options to pick from. You just be like, let me just click on A. I reason well with A, let me go for A. I feel like B is the best answer for this particular question, let me go for B. I feel like C. Like, you just, several things will come to your mind, and you just want to like say what you know about that particular thing. So polls will increase engagement. So imagine every Nigerian business staying tax complaints without stress. So if I stepped in as your social media manager, this is exactly what you would get: a strategy that doesn't just increase followers. I will build a strategy that will build trust, that will educate business owners and convert them into loyal taxpayer users. So I want everybody to know that TaxPay has a very powerful solution, and that is because they are a solution to a very relatable problem. So they has a very powerful solution, a clear mission, and serves one of the biggest pain points for businesses in Nigeria tax compliance. The missing piece is very consistent, value driven social media presence that simplifies taxes, position tax pay as the trusted authority, and shows business owners that compliance doesn't have to be stressful. With the right content strategy built around education, trust, through leadership and community that I've listed above, TaxPay can become the first platform Nigerian businesses think of whenever they need to calculate, file, or manage their business taxes. So in conclusion, I'm going to create a strategy that speaks to every entrepreneur or business owner. A strategy that they are going to understand, a strategy that is going to speak to all the business owners, and they are going to understand a clear CTA of what to do, what not to do, and how to use tax pay. Thank you for listening.
So much, Fayokemi, for that wonderful presentation. I'm impressed, but I have a few questions for you. In fact, I have two questions for you because you explained very well, right? But there's some places where I was a bit confused. And if you have any question for Fayokemi, please, you can leave that in the comment section. We will do well to respond immediately. And after Fayokemi, we are going to call Farida. I hope she would be ready to have us this time. So Fayokemi, let me go back to, hold on a bit. Let me, okay, yes, your strengths and weaknesses, right? So you said tax pay weaknesses right now is to build trust through social media proof with more testimonials and case studies, strengthen educational content to simplify tax compliance for business owners, improve content consistency to boost visibility, engagement, and customers' confidence, right? So, how do you want to improve their content consistency. How many times are you going to be posting? What type of content are you going to be posting regularly? Are you going to be doing educational content more? Are you going to be posting entertaining content more? Because there are some people that the moment you start explaining every day, every day, every day, every day, they are no longer interested. But the moment you're explaining and you're entertaining, they're interested. In fact, you tend to get more followers, more engagement, but you don't have more customers. So, how do you want to solve this visibility issue with your content consistency?
Sorry, please, can you come again?
Okay, so my question is, how do you want to solve their visibility issue, since that is one of their weaknesses, right? How do you want to solve their visibility issues with your content consistency? Because you want to help them boost their visibility to bring customers confidence and engagement. And
Oh, okay,
eh,
okay, okay. Now I understand.
okay, all right,
I understand your question.
okay.
So the thing is, I'm going to create a balanced strategy for tax pay. So the educational content will be like 40%. I'll create a 30% relatable engagement content, 20% promotional content, and the other 10% will just be it will be around behind the scene and stuff. So the 50% educational content will attract new audience and whereby you should just position taxpay as a tax expert. So for that 40% education, while the 30% engagement, I will build relationship and keep my followers active, whereby I'll create content around pools, a very relatable content ideas. I'll put it on there so that people so that today people will not just come today and eat eba today. They just come the next day and see different things around, something that is very relatable that they can that they can really like feel connect with. So the other 20% will be on promotional posts and content that will convert that trust into sign up and customers without making the page feel overly sales focused. So I'm not just going to like teach every time. I'll come with other content strategies that is going to build relationship and that is going to make people sign up from being and someone that is just watching the page, clicking on the page, liking the page, to them sign up and being a customer of taxpay.
Answer. I'm really
Thank
impressed.
you.
Thank you so much. So we have a question for you, and the question, is very long. The long one. So the question goes thus: engagement and conversion comes when people are actually seeing the content. For a new product like TaxPay, with almost no social media presence, how do you plan to get the initial surge of engagement? So how do you want to bring people in, when they say there's like stampede, that's what they want. They're looking for a stampede, that once they open their company like this, everybody's rushing in like, oh, tax pay, save me, help me, rescue my business. How do you want to do that?
Okay. Mm. So the thing is, I'm going to create content that solves real problem. So instead of saying you start pay, do this, do that, I'll give um I'll start by using content like three tax mistakes that could cost your business money, and valuable content that naturally attract comments, saves, and share. I will ask questions. I will end post with prompts such as how do you currently file your business taxes, or questions like what's your biggest challenge when paying tax. These questions encourage conversation. So for and I'll create a strategy that will make that people that business owners especially their main target audience, that will make their target audience understand very well. So I'll use interactive formats. I'll respond quickly to comments and DMs. So I'll build trust before selling. So before I tell them that. I will not force them to be like, okay, today, like, today, comment, tomorrow, share. No. I'm going to create, okay, for someone that I'll create a very relatable content. Some for business person has to just be like, okay, I love this page. They will be on the page, and from there they will turn to customers. So there's no strategy that, sorry. I just feel like when people understand the value and trust, and the when people understand the value and following all the strategy that I've listed above, they will trust the brand and it will convert. I'm very, very sure of that.
I like the fact that you're very sure of your strategy, and I'm happy for you. I'm impressed, by the way. Thank you so much. And Mr. Mayowar, I hope she was able to answer your question. If you have any other question for Fayokemi or for Tumininu, because Tumininu presented first, you can go over again and watch this live stream at the end of it, because it's going to automatically be uploaded to YouTube. So if you have a question for them after the live stream, ensure to leave it in the comment section and they will do well to respond to you. With that being said, we will call on our next presenter, Farida. Farida, are you ready for us? Because Farida will be taking us through her presentation on TaxPay, sharing her perspective on the brand, its opportunity, and the future of tax compliance. So, Farida, are you ready to have us?
Yes, I am.
Period. That's it, girl. So, you have the floor. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Farida, a social media marketer and a content strategist. And I'm someone who believes greatly in marketing. That I believe marketing is not just about being seen; it should also be about being remembered. Brands turn their idea stories. Can anybody hear me?
Hear you, Farida. You're good to go.
Okay, so today I'll be bringing that approach to TaxPay by exploring how the brand can communicate its value and connect with its audience. So let's begin. Here's the next slide. So TaxPay is a digital tax platform that focuses on marketing tax compliance, that focus on making tax compliance easier and more convenient for businesses. Um, the main idea behind the brand is to like take something that can be stressful and complicated. I mean, we all know that paying of tax sometimes can be stressful, especially when you're managing. So something that feels stressful or complicated is much easier through technology. On to the next slide. Okay, the next slide is just brand over. It's just a quick overview of what TaxPay is. It operates within the fintech and tax technology space, and it's focused specifically on digital payments. Can anyone?
Yes, my love, we can all hear you. You can continue. You're good
Oh,
to go.
then we can't find a solution without knowing what the actual problem is. So I'll view the customer's perspective. So compliance can be complicated, especially for businesses that have to keep track of different requirements, deadline, and processes. It can also take time and create unnecessary stress. Yes, particularly when the business owner is already focused on running and growing their business. So this is where tax pay comes in. Tax pay addresses this problem in key tax process into one digital experience. Instead of making business navigate everything separately, the platform designed to like is designed to I am I communicating please? Because the slides are not
Oh,
moving according to how I'm talking.
okay, sorry about that. Might be the internet, but
Right. Taxpayer is the problem in key processes into one digital experience. Instead of business navigating separately, the platform is designed around simple actions, which are to calculate, file, pay, and track. A strong brand is not only about solving a functional issue. You can manage your business and you just open your platform, you calculate the amount of tax you want to pay, you make a filing, you make the payment, and you track your payments. You are building a very trustworthy platform for business owners mainly. On to the next, please. So our mission captures the role tax play wants to play in customers' journey. The focus is not simply on helping businesses pay tax. It is about using technology to make the entire compliance experience easier, making one business at a time. That phrase, one business at a time, is key important. It's very important in many business because it makes the mission feel customer centered. It can create trust in the minds of the customers and our audience. The vision. The vision takes the brand beyond the present step. I see tax pay contributing to a future where tax compliance becomes a seamless part of running a business, rather than sometimes. Sorry, I see tax pay, yes, contributing to a future where tax compliance becomes a seamless part of running a business, rather than something we to find about. And this is where the brand has the opportunity from tax being complicated and stressful to making it simple, digital, and managed. Moving on to the brand values. Um, Values that define how taxpayers should operate and how it should be perceived is one, true simplicity. Taxpay make the tax payment process easy, yes, and understand to easy, make customers understand how to use it too. And trust, we have to build trust in the minds of our audience, our customers, because users are dealing with financial information, and we all know financial situations toxic and can get out of hand. So taxpay is here to create trust in the minds of its customers. So they need to feel using the and through accessibility, making the service easy for different individuals and business to use. You can run different and many as much amount of business as you like. With TaxPay, you can make your tax all at once and very easier without even leaving your office. And we have to be transparent. Transparency is like being clean with users about their payments and the process involved. And lastly, the innovation. This is the continuous using technology to tax experience. On to the next slide. We have the target audience. Who are the target audience for TaxPay? For the target audience, I focus on people who are actively managing businesses and therefore they need a convenient way to handle their tax responsibilities, which are people like SMEs, entrepreneurs, and business owners. And this group of people are listed as they have one thing in common. Attention already divided across many parts of the business they run. So our communication should speak directly to that reality instead of overwhelming them with technical text and tax languages. So we should communicate the value of our platform into them in an easier way. On to the next, we have the brand personality. This is the next slide. Okay, the brand personality. Sorry. The brand personality of taxpayer describes the human qualities I want the brand to communicate. It should be professional because users need confidence when dealing with their tax payments. And finally, it should be approachable. Users feel comfortable asking questions and interacting with the brand without intimidated. Like they want to ask questions, they don't know about this thing, they're asking questions. So you have to like calm down, explain to them, let them see the reason why they should invest, why they should trust you, why they should believe in you to go with your brand. On to the next slide. We have the visual identity. For the visual identity, sorry.
Farida, are you still here with us? While we wait for Farida to pick up the pace, if you have any question for Farida, you can leave that in the comment section. Or if you have questions for Fayokemi or Tumininu, you can leave that in the comment section. And while we wait for Farida, we also want to tell you guys about new incoming skills to Divas World Academy. So, are you looking to learn something very new like AI creation, email marketing, and a lot more? We're not going to disclose that yet. You can actually register to Divas World Academy. And if you want to employ a student as a full staff or an intern, you can scan the barcode on your screen to hire and employ an intern as we speak. So, with that being said, I hope Farida is here to finish up what she has started. Farida is currently having internet issues. I just hope that would not disrupt her presentation today. So please bear with us and give her a couple minutes. She'll be back very soon. But while we are waiting, you should actually scan that QR code on your screen and employ somebody right now. Don't wait. You can use this presentation to actually do yourself a favor. Don't stress yourself. Just scan the QR code, employ that intern. It can be Fayokemi, it can be Farida, and it can be Tumininu. So, with that being said, we have Farida back to finish up what she has started. So, Farida, can you hear us, please? Hi, Farida. We're still waiting for you. Is your internet that bad? We cannot hear you just in case you're speaking to us. We cannot really hear you. So I think we have Farida back. Farida, please, we can hear you a little bit. Can you be more audible, please?
Do you hear me?
Yes, we can. Oh my God, welcome
Ah,
back.
thank God. I'm sorry. The
I get,
internet. I'm
yeah,
happy.
yeah, your internet is quite bad. It's understandable. This is Nigeria. Let's continue.
So for the visual identity, that was where we were. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Take your time.
The brand, the brand chose the best combinations for their visuals because when handling a business in particular, you have to be very intentional with your branding because the visuals and the logos, everything is part of branding. So blue is important because Backspace deals with something that requires trust and security, and the color blue represents that. While the color white gives the brand clarity and simplicity. Sorry. Why black adds confidence and professionalism to the brand. So rather than using too many colors, the overall identity should be kept clean, and it is kept clean. So on to the next. We have our target audience. No, sorry, we have the brand communication. Please, the next slide. Okay. Tax videos is not, they don't just talk about tax. They make easier they make tax easier to understand by educating people. We are introducing a platform. You have to let people understand what the platform is for and why you are bringing this up and why they should and use the brand. And informing, we are trying to inform them. That's another process of communication. Inform them, oh, our platform is for this, it will be very useful for you in this aspect, in that aspect, that about that. And you demonstrate, you show them how it works. You show them the platform, you show them how to go about it. And engagement, you have to create useful conversations, like conversations that will make the audience know that yes, you know what you're doing and you know what you're doing to them. So on to the next slide, please. Okay. So firstly, TaxPay can create consistent educational content that helps people understand tax related topics. Like you can use social media to break down complicated tax information into simple and understanding content for them to understand and digest more. Things like building trust through customer focused content like practical tips, reminders, and information that addresses the common concerns. Then TaxPay can also highlight the convenience of digital tax payments and maintain a strong, consistent, and visual identity across all its platforms. So the main is to make TaxPay more than just a platform. It should be a brand people can trust and can relate to, because as our logo inscribes simplicity and trust. Like this. So, all right, we've come to the end of my presentation. I hope I helped one or two.
Thank you so much for that beautiful presentation, Farida. Presentation was really wonderful. So, with that being said, I have a few questions for you. Hopefully, your internet will let us, but like I said, Nigeria. So anybody that's also having internet issues, please bear with us to the end of the live stream. And if you've been here from the beginning of the live stream till now, I appreciate your patience and your steadfastness. So, anyways, let's get straight into it. Farida, so if TaxPay gave you an internship opportunity today, what specific skill would you bring to the team? How would you help empower their team? How would you be a team player if you had to bag this internship?
Excuse me, ma, can you come again, please?
I will come again 100 times. Don't worry. I said if
All
TaxPay
right.
gave you an internship opportunity today, what specific skill would you bring to the team?
Okay.
What skills do you have? Digital marketing skills. Are you good with content creation? Are you good with content writing? Do you know how to come up with good marketing plan? Are you the kind of person that thinks very fast? Can you work under pressure? What skill do you have? Tell the world. We want to hear you.
Okay. If I was given the internship opportunity, I'll bring strong social media and content strategy skills. I can help them create engaging and educational content. I'll maintain a consistent brand identity. I would manage their social media presence and use content performing insights to improve engagement and brand awareness. And I also bring creativity and an understanding of how to communicate professional information in a way that is simple and relatable to the audience. And yes, I can think fast under pressure sometimes, not always. I Hello, can anybody hear me, please?
I can hear you, Farida.
All right, I think I answered your question because I didn't really get it, but yes.
Yes, Farida, you answered my question. If you have any question for Farida, please you can leave it in the comment section. You can leave it in the chat, and we'll do well to respond to you immediately. So I have a question for all three of you, Tumininu, Fayokemi, and Farida, and this question will be my last question for this live. Now, if tax pay, I repeat, if tax pay offers you an internship based on what you have demonstrated today. How would you hope to contribute to the company during your first 30 days? I would like to start with Tumininu. Please do well to mute your mic.
Please
Thank
go
you so
away.
much.
Please repeat the question again, please.
Okay, Tumininu, if you are eating, let's join you. Thank you so much. Anyways, my question goes thus. If TaxPay offers you an internship based on what you have demonstrated today, what would you hope to contribute to the company during your first 30 days? In the first month of your internship, how would you contribute to the company's growth?
Can I take some time if I answer that?
You can take some time. You cannot.
Okay, that's fine. So, if given the opportunity to intern with TaxPay, I would contribute by helping increase brand awareness and educate small and medium enterprise and also big enterprises about tax compliance through simple, engaging content. I would use social media to reach the right audience, connect, create content around their tax challenges, and turn complex tax information into easy to understand messages. I would also support campaigns that drive engagement, leads, and
Oh, you want
ultimately
to? Yeah,
more businesses to tax-based
inside man.
platform.
Oh,
And
you cannot
again,
go.
I would also pinpoint, I feel like in the social media world today, right? Most people listen or watch videos if it relates to what they are going through, like their pain. So I feel like I would be more focused on helping people understand how they can go through their issues. Yes, that way. So I
That's a
would
great way.
focus on three things: awareness, education, and conversion. Creating awareness about tax pay, educating business about their tax challenges, and directing interested businesses to tax based services. Thank you.
So much to Minino. So I have a third question for that. Your answer gave me another question, or should I say inspired another question. Now, what if TaxPay rejects your entire strategy? What would you do and how would you respond? Like you bring up a 30-day strategy plan for your first month, right? And then they tell you, oh no, we don't like this. It doesn't suit our brand. It's not part of our brand core value or our brand's vision. How would you respond and what will be your next plan, your next step?
Okay, that's fine. So if my strategy is rejected, right, I'll try to understand why instead of just being sad. Basically, I'll be sad, yes, but I'll try to like understand why and listen to their feedbacks. I would also ask questions, review their company's objectives, and make adjustments based on their expectations. So I am opening to learning and trying a different approach. So if my goal is not what is working, I feel like their own can also assist me in creating ideas or content that works with what they want. So my goal is not just to have my idea accepted, but to contribute to a strategy that achieves tax pay business goals.
So to me, I like your response. But how would you ask them why? Would you send them an email like, why did you reject my strategy? Or you now call them, hello, good afternoon. So why did you reject my strategy plan? How would you ask? And we have a question for everybody from Mr. Mayowa. So okay, Mr. Mayowa, please would respond to your question after we hear from everybody on how they would how they will contribute to tax pay in the first month of their internship. So Fayokemi, let's hear you, then we'll take Mr. Mayowa's question.
Okay, so in my first 30 days, my goal will not just be to post content. So my goal is just going to make taxpay more visible, more trusted, and more easier for business owners to understand. Because right now, many Nigerian business owners, they see tax as something that that is quite confusing, and they only understand when FIRS contact them. So I want to say I will change the very in my first 30 days, I'll change that perception. So I'll create content that really converts, I'll create short videos, carousels, client focused content that explain tax-based service in simple language. So I respond to comments, I'll respond to DMs, I'll build trust, because people are more likely to buy or to patronize a brand that actually interacts with them. So by the end of the very first month, I want people to recognize TaxPay as a brand that makes tax compliance simple. So success for me will not just be more likes or more followers. So it will be more conversations, more inquiries, more business owners trying to set up or sign up because they now understand the value of the content, the value of the platform.
Brilliant. I like that. So, Farida, please take the question so we respond to Mr. Mayowa's question. How would you contribute during your first 30 days to TaxPay? Hi, Kemi, please help us to mute your mic. Thank you so much. So, before Farida answers that, because our time is fast spent, let us take Mr. Mayowa's question. So, Mr. Mayowa asked that does paid advertising pay pay instrumental plan in your strategy, or are they organic? That means, are you going to look for organic followers, or you are going to be, running ad here and there almost every time to get followers and engagement for the brand? Let me start with Farida. Farida, please answer that question. Farida, your mic is muted if you're speaking to us.
Hi, ma, please, can you come again?
Okay, so the question is on your screen and it says, does paid advertising play instrumental plan in your strategy, or is it organic? Are they organic? Your followers, are you going to be running paid ad every day or every week? Or you're going to be looking for organic followers, organic customers for them? Rita, did you hear the question this time? If you did not hear the question, you can read it from your screen. It should be visible on your screen.
Hi. God. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Farida. The question is
If
on your
you can,
screen.
tell me. I can't see it actually. That's it. I can't see it.
Let me read it to you again. Does paid advertising play instrumental plan in your strategy? Are you going to be running paid ads, or are you going to be looking for organic followers for the brand? What is your strategy? Are you going to be running ad every day?
No.
Okay.
Can
Are you
she
going
hear
to be looking for organic followers for them? Are you going to be searching for organic followers?
Yes, ma.
All right. So, what is your strategy plan? Are you involving advertisement, paid advertisement like influencer, running Instagram ad or Facebook ad, or you're going to be posting strategically to get organic followers? Which are you doing?
I'll be posting um
You'll be posting
I would focus
strategically.
on organic. Can you hear me?
Farida, we can hear you, my love. You don't have to be bothered about us
Okay.
hearing you.
I would focus on organic growth as the foundation. Then I'll be
Beautiful.
running paid ads in a while.
Oh, you'll be running paid ads. Okay, so we have Farida's answer. She's going to start with organic followers, then she'll probably be running paid ad towards her second month internship. That's beautiful. So, Fayokemi, what is your answer? Farida, thank you. You can mute your mic now.
Okay, so I'll focus on organic growth, organic followers first, while I'll use paid app strategically, not for every post. Maybe they want to launch maybe Take Spa launches a new feature, or they have a deadline for something. Maybe they launch a new feature. I can actually use paid ads, or better still, I use influencer marketing to promote that. But I'll focus on organic growth, like 80%.
So much for that answer. Tumininu, let us hear from you. Are you going to be running paid ads in your strategy plan, or you're going to be growing your audiences organically?
Okay, similar to what both Farida and Fayokemi have said, right? I would recommend a combination of both actually. I would start with organic content to build trust, educate the audience, and understand what resonates with small and medium enterprises, and as well as the big enterprises also. And once we identify high performing content, we can now use paid advertising to reach a wider and more targeted audience. This way, paid and organic strategies works together, right, to drive awareness, engagement, and conversions. So, combination of both will work.
I love all your responses, and I hope your answers are quite okay with Mr. Mayowa. Mr. Maiwa, do you have any other question? And please, I don't know, it's only Mr. Maiwa that have been asking questions. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. They're ready to take it. But I know that we've gone past an hour already. This is almost an hour, 30 minutes. So if you have any question, we have 7 minutes more to go before the end of our beautiful live stream. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to keep that question in your mind forever. Release it now in the comment section. So while we wait for other people to drop their question and for Mr. Mayowa to confirm if that answer is very much okay with him, you can do well to actually register to our advanced training for Divas World Academy. And this training comes hand in hand with practical activities, portfolio building, and also live presentations like this. Our advanced training is quite different from the beginners training because you'll be doing your live presentation every Wednesday. For the beginners cohort, we are closed for the year. There is no more new intake for beginners. Our registration closed on August 6th, which was like about a week ago. I'm so sorry for those of you that want to register now. It's not too late because you can come again next year. But if next year is too long for you to wait, you can register now and then join the onboarding section. The onboarding section is currently ongoing and it is going to last for 2 weeks. And this feels more like a free training period where you get introduction into social media management, branding. Branding consists of brand strategy, brand identification, and a whole lot more. You get introduced into copywriting, content creation, content strategy, and social media strategy. You might not really need it, but you might know somebody that needs this social media training or program. So refer that person today because as you refer someone, you get your own cut. I'm not going to say it like that. Let me say it in a more professional way. You actually get referral bonuses. And if you want to register to become a Divas World affiliate, you get 20% of your referring fee. So what are you waiting for? Become an affiliate or become an intern or become one of the brands that are working with us today. And if you want your brand to be like Tax Pay today, where students are here presenting and breaking down your brand into a beautiful brand audit presentation where they talk about strategy, where they talk about your strengths and your weaknesses, where they talk about how to bring about content creation, engagement, visibility, brand awareness. You can actually reach out to us on our email at divasworldacademy limited@gmail.com, or you can head straight to our website at www.divasworld.com. There is no academy, so don't make that mistake. Or better still, just search Divas World on Safari or Google or any browser that you're using and would pop up. I assure you, would definitely pop up. I've tried it like 10 times. I'm obsessed. You might be obsessed too, but don't be overly obsessed because you might end up being an intern affiliate and a brand that is working with us. I think I've said a lot. So we are waiting for your questions and we are waiting for you. We have 4 minutes more to go. Don't let me keep you waiting. Drop that question in the comment section and I will see you again. Someone scanned our QR code. That is amazing. So one of you is definitely going to get employed today. For those of you that are watching this live stream and you're not scanning the QR code, wow, just wow to you. We have 1 more minute to go, and I would just like to use this medium to tell you that thank you so much for joining this live stream. We might not be doing this anytime soon again to in 2 to 3 weeks time, where these interns will be telling you their final presentation, showing you everything they've learned in the space of 2 months, and also showing you the portfolio that they have built, because right now they are bagging internship. So as they are bagging internship, they are building their portfolio, and as they are building their portfolio, I am pretty sure you want your brand to be in that brand portfolio audit in 2 to 3 weeks time. Employ somebody today so your brand will be there. But if you don't want your brand to be there, that's fine. We'll definitely take it. So thank you so much for joining this live stream. I am your host, Divine. Don't call me Divine, please. Call me Miss D. So I am your host, Miss D, aka by my students. See you again in the future. Bye.